in the studio just now with Phil Keane and Colin Higgins from the band Hysteria. Now, guys, we'll talk a bit about the band that you've formed in a minute, but tell me a bit about the bands you've been in up to now.
Well, as you know, Ronnie, I've been in all sorts of bands, all sorts of genres. Bands like We Free Men, 96 Tears, but I always go back to my kind of rock and metal and punk roots, and I think sometimes I shouldn't have went away for that. But going down the tribute side, the tribute bands that I've been in is 2 Status Quo tributes, a band called On The Level, and the other one was I done a short stint with Blackwater. I was in Meatloaf for about a year. We'd done really well over in Ireland and stuff. Susan the Banshees tribute the Arabian Nights, which was fantastic, and now the wonderful Hysteria.
We'll talk about Hysteria in a second. Colin, welcome to Irvine Beat FM. Tell me a bit about it. You said to me earlier when we were off air, you are the novice of the band.
I'm the late developer, Ronnie.
So
Phil's an old hand.
So when did you get into music?
I never picked up a guitar till I was 30.
My goodness.
Believe it or not. And can you just tinkered about it for a few years. I had a young family, no bringing them up, and I kind of go to the stage of trying to do something with this. So I ended up actually started a Thin Lizzy tribute band called I called them Still Lizzy.
Yeah.
So my brother still fronts him, funnily enough.
Oh, still going?
Still going, yeah. I was probably run the band for the best part of 18 months. We gigged probably about the same. The direction of the band changed a wee bit. I wasn't particularly happy with that, and I just decided to part company with it.
Yeah. And you took a wee break, I think, until...
I took a break.
Yeah.
Had about a year off. Toyed about with a couple of ideas. I actually came up with the Def Leppard idea and binned it quite quick, because I think they're a fantastic studio band, sorry. But live, they're a wee bit of a hit and a miss.
Yeah.
So I kind of binned that idea. I thought of an Aerosmith tribute. But going back to the kind of originality thing as well, nobody, as far as I know, there's nobody in Scotland doing a Def Leppard tribute. There's one in England.
One in England, yeah.
One in Ireland. So kind of took up the reins on that one and started recruiting, if you like.
The man beside you, Mr. Phil Keane, of course. Phil, you answered the ad for the bass player.
I did. I seen an ad. It was on Facebook. Facebook's brilliant for this sort of thing. You should never underestimate it.
Social media is tremendous.
It's great. And it was Message Studio where we rehearsed with We Free Men and 96 Tears. It was Emily that put an ad up, and hope she's listening. They were looking for a singer and a bass player. So I mean, I've always loved Def Leppard, especially the early rockier stuff. So I answered it. I met the guys. We'd done a wee audition, and here I am.
I mean, Colin, you've been rehearsing now for a wee while.
Yeah, I'm about 6 months. 6 months.
How's it all sounding?
We're getting there, but I mean, when I started the kind of recruitment thing, I'd says to everybody that I spoke to, says, what's your kind of idea? And it wasn't, their ideas wasn't quite 6 months, but I'd kind of always said, no, it's six months plus. Do you know what I mean? I'll probably say we're a wee bit ahead of the game.
Now, Def Leppard, a band who have a rich discography out there. How do you go about picking songs that'll go in a Hysteria set?
You want to get that, Phil?
No.
Cheers. I think, see, if you're in a rock covers band, or it doesn't matter, rock covers, tribute, whatever it is, you've probably got your own personal favourites, but I think you've got to maybe take a wee bit of a back seat and play the tracks that people want to hear. Now, it doesn't matter what band it is, they're always connected with certain tracks.
No.
And saying that, we've got a good mixture of old and new songs, the rockier ones and the ballads. So there's something there for everybody, definitely.
Definitely, Phil.
A band like Def Leppard have a very unique sound, Phil. And how do you go about replicating that? Well,
we all sit in the house and we study our instruments and image as well. We're going to go big in image, and we just try to do our best. to try and get the sound. And we've got Dan and Con doing twin leads. We do a song called, it's an instrumental one from way back, Switch 625 it's called, and it's note perfect. So we just study hard, and rather than out on a Saturday night, we're up in our wee man caves and giving it a lavely.
I think on top of that as well, Ronnie, like, see, between the five is we work on kind of different ideas about. He'll tell you I'm a bit of a control freak about guitar sounds and the way we work it. See, the arrangements is working the arrangements to get like kind of sideways movement of sound across the stage.
Yes,
as well.
Of course, yeah.
So we're trying ideas like that as well.
Sounds absolutely fantastic. Now, you have your debut gig coming up very, very soon.
Yep. Ivory Blacks, 11th April.
April. It's not that far away.
The tickets are doing really well. The three bands that have the tickets have been allocated so far, they're just about all away, so it's going really well.
One has to say, guys, that tribute acts, they're big business now.
Oh,
because so many bands like Def Leppard don't tour that often.
No.
So people want to hear that music, they want to have a night out, and they'll have a good night out at that. Now, that's at Ivory Blacks. The other bands on the bill?
Well, I know Talk of the Devil. I've worked with Talk of the Devil when I was with the Lizzie band. Great bunch of guys. Stuart, Alan, Tommy. Brian's no longer with the band. He was Ozzy, if you like. And they've got a new Ozzy and Mikey. And by the way, I'd just like to thank the band for including us on the bill as well.
Fantastic.
They're a fantastic bunch of guys. Pearl Jam guys. I've heard bits and bobs of. They've got quite a good name and they seem to have a good following. So hopefully we'll be working in the future going forward as well with them.
Now I'm going to come to Phil here because we talk fairly regularly. Now you said that you're going big on image.
Yeah.
You told me the week that you were ordering the wigs. Is that true or was that a joke?
No, it's absolutely true. In fact, my wig came 2 days ago and they sent the wrong blooming one.
Gary just got his wig today as well.
He got his wig. His looks okay, but oh no, man, look at it. It's nothing like Rick Savage. So I tried it on. I was more like Beyonce, so
yeah.
It's got to go back. I'm getting another one. So.
Now we'll talk about it. We mentioned earlier now your singer was the last person to actually, it was the last part of the jigsaw.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
He responded. I'm doing the Facebook page.
Yeah.
So he'd responded to an ad that a guy I know, Billy Loudon, had shared it on his page, and he knows Billy, and he just I think he phoned me, kind of out the blue, and I'd asked him what he'd done, and he never even mentioned he was in Stars in Your Eyes in '93, and he was probably with the band 3 weeks before he brought it up.
Wow.
Which was a bit of a surprise. I've actually got the clip of him on Stars in Your Eyes on the band's Facebook page if anyone wants to check it out.
I need to check that out.
He's a pretty good Axel.
Was that what he did on Stars in Your Eyes? Axel Rose.
They killed the lot.
What I will say, I've seen the picture of the band, the various pictures of the bands, obviously without the wigs and things like that. He looks the typical front man of a band.
Oh, he's so confident and what a singer, and he's really fitting in well, Ronnie. He started to kind of dance up and down the studio, giving it Joe Elliott, and so he's doing well.
So we've got another few months before you got the debut gig, more rehearsing.
Yep.
Without the wigs, of course.
Without the wigs. Well, I think maybe
no bring it for a trial run.
Well, that's what I was going to suggest. Maybe a week before we'll have a dress rehearsal and we'll take a couple of pictures.
So remind the listeners, Ivory Blacks, what's the date again?
It's the
11th of April.
Saturday the 11th of April.
And if you want to keep up to date with Hysteria, check them out on their Facebook page, and I've no doubt you'll see them somewhere around sometime soon, later in the year. Listen, Phil and Colin, thanks a lot for coming in, and I wish you all the best with this new venture.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll have a blast.
Great. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.